Hi there everyone, it is Thursday the 22nd of September, the first day of fall, and we are talking about Hurricane Fiona, which is still on track to bring some pretty significant and severe weather to portions of Atlantic Canada. Let's start out with the latest update from the National Hurricane Center. Right now the storm is 735 kilometers southwest of Bermuda. Winds right now are still at 215 kilometers per hour, and the central minimum pressure is at 934 millibars. As we've been talking about, it's getting lower and lower each day. This is a very, very powerful storm. The lower that number is the more strength that this storm has. And right now it is moving towards the north-northeast at 20. A look at the satellite imagery. We can make out kind of there in the we can make out the U.S. East Coast there, and the storm is moving toward the north-northeast, and it is going to arrive in Atlantic Canada likely as we head through Friday into Saturday for some areas. Impacts could last for Sunday even through to Monday. Here are the impacts we're looking at. Significant travel disruptions, airports, Marine Atlantic, Nova Scotia ferries, potentially the Confederation Bridge. All those hubs of transportation could be significantly impacted by this storm. We could see some roads washed out as well because some very heavy rain is possible for some areas. We're also looking at the possibility for prolonged power outages, particularly along the west coast, most of Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island. Some wind damage as well, and we could see some flooding, not only from the rain, but from the storm surge. We are looking at the biggest storm surge impacts for the south coast of Newfoundland and eastern shores of Nova Scotia. Here's a look at the track map. Right now the storm is pretty close to Bermuda. It will continue northeast over the next day or so before turning toward the north and interacting with the system, and that's why the system is being dragged further to the west. As we head through Saturday, that's when the storm will likely make landfall, probably over Cape Breton or northern sections of mainland Nova Scotia. And then as we head through Sunday, it will transition to a post-tropical storm, but it will be quite strong as it does so. Here's a look at the preliminary rainfall amounts. We are looking at practically nothing for the Avalon and for central Newfoundland, just about 5 to 10 millimeters. Corner Brook, we could see 40 to 60 millimeters. St. Anthony, 30 to 40. And then as we move toward Nova Scotia, that's where the rainfall amounts really pick up. Look at Sydney, 80 to 100 millimeters. Halifax could see 100 to 150. Charlottetown, 90 to 120. As we head toward Yarmouth, we could see 25 to 50 millimeters, and lesser amounts as we head through New Brunswick. And then as we move on to the wind gust forecast, we're looking at winds gusting to 90 for St. John's, 100 in Gander, 110 for Corner Brook. Winds potentially reaching 130 toward the Port of Bass area. Sydney, Nova Scotia getting up to 130, 120 in Halifax. Charlottetown, we could see winds gusting up to 150 kilometers per hour. So we're certainly, if that does happen, we are going to see some very significant damage for portions of Prince Edward Island and for portions of Nova Scotia as well. We've been going through this the past couple of days, what you should include in your emergency kit. It's very important to assemble an emergency kit. You'll need water, food that won't spoil with a manual can opener, a wind-up or battery-powered flashlight and radio, first aid kit, extra keys for your car and your home, cash, important family documents, and have an emergency plan ready. You can check us out on social media and on our website, and you can also download our free app on the Google Play Store for the very latest weather updates.